Hey, what's up y'all? My name is Chris Abbott, but all my friends just call me Abbo. And in this video, I'm gonna be walking you through my top 3 tips for how to market your church coming up. Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, this channel exists to help pastors and church leaders grow their church, use social media and technology in order to reach new people for Jesus. So what we want to do specifically in this video is I'm going to be walking you through my top 3 things that I recommend for every single church in order to market your church. Now, here's the caveat is that if you are under 300, then the best way to market your church is actually not to market your church. Okay, so I'm going to explain what I mean here in just a minute. But if you're under 300, then the best way to market your church is by not marketing. So let's dive in. Okay, so this first tip actually helped over 46,000 people find my church last month. Okay, and I actually set it up 5 years ago. So tip number 1 is Google. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can use Google, but my 2 favorite ways are number 1, the Google grant, and number 2, local search engine optimization. Right, so let's talk about the Google grant. Now, if you're not familiar with this is actually a program that Google has where they will actually give you $10,000 a month in free Google AdWords that you can use every single month, and it's a lifetime grant so you can have it forever. Right? I know that sounds crazy, but it's exactly what it sounds like, right? It's $10,000 a month in free Google AdWords every single month forever, as long as you abide by their guidelines, right? Now, why would Google do this? Well, it's pretty simple, right? You have to have a 501(c) and be a nonprofit organization. And then for Google, it's a tax write-off. So it makes sense for them. It makes sense for you, but you can actually use $10,000 of Google's money every single month in order to tell people about Jesus and invite them to church. So this is a really, really cool program. I'm a huge fan. And when we first started doing this at my church several years ago, man, we started immediately sending an additional 6,000 to 8,000 new visitors to our church website every single month using Google's money. Now, the second way that you can use Google is local search engine optimization. Now, there's a lot of SEO companies out there that will charge you an arm and a leg in order to kind of set this up for you, and then you have like an ongoing fee every single month. But my favorite way is to go to moz.com/local, and for about $200 or $300, you can actually set up a local SEO package where they will actually register and deliver all of your church's contact information to all of the major data aggregators out there that affect local search. Now, between you and I have no idea what those things are, right? I don't know what the data aggregators are. I don't know what the name of those companies are, and I don't care, right? I'll let Moz handle that. They're the experts. They're good at it. I just want something that is super easy. I can set it up once and forget about it, right? So that's exactly what I did for my church. When I was rebuilding our website about 5 years ago, I simply went in, and knowing that I wasn't an SEO expert, I just went to moz.com/local. I bought whatever the best package was that they had at the time, and it only took me about 15 minutes to fill out the questions and the contact information, the name of the church, website, church phone number. I uploaded a few pictures, right? And then Moz takes care of the rest, and they actually go out and register and claim all of your listings in all of these different websites. Right? So this is something that's huge. And what happens is it kind of snowballs over time. So I actually just got a text message here recently from Google that said 46,494 people found your church last month on Google, right? Now, that's pretty cool because I haven't done anything on that in years, right? But there's still over 46,000 people that found us on Google simply because we took time to set up some local SEO through Moz. All right, and tip number 2 is chatbots. Now, I'm a huge fan of chatbots. I've been helping churches use chatbots in order to do online ministry for the last 2 years, and it's been really awesome. So we actually helped a small church of 40 people set up a chatbot, which went on to bring in over 96 new families over the next 3 months. We also had a church plant of 80 people that grew from 80 to 150 in only 6 months simply by implementing chatbots. My favorite thing about this strategy is that this is much more ministry and less marketing, right? So when we talked about at the beginning of this video, the best way to market your church is by not marketing your church. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So if you actually do a prayer campaign through your city, just asking people how you can pray for them, and then you use a chatbot to collect all of their prayer requests and then invite them to church using Plan Your Visit, what we've seen is that about 10% of people who submit a prayer request through your chatbot will then go on to plan a visit. Right? So we actually had a church of 20 people that in 5 months prayed for 1,892 people and had 209 Plan Your Visits in only 5 months. Again, you're gonna have about 10% of those people over and over and over again, right? So they were a little over 11%. We had a church of 15 that grew from 15 to 50 in 2 months, a church of 60 that grew from 60 to 110 in 3 months, and another church plant of 130 that grew to 200 in 3 months. And all of them grew because they were simply asking people how they could pray for them and then using a chat bot to collect their prayer request and then invite them to church. All right, so before I get to my last point, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We're putting out brand new videos, fresh content every single day. If you hit that subscribe button and then hit that little bell icon, then you'll get a notification every single time we drop a new video. All right, and finally, tip number 3, if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, you can probably guess it already, and that is Facebook ads. Now, I'm a huge fan of Facebook ads. I've been using them since 2014. I've been a part of some really, really cool stories using Facebook ads. I actually had a pastor friend of mine that I helped use Facebook ads to promote his grand opening as he was moving from an elementary school to a high school, and they went from 350 to 800 in only 4 weeks using Facebook ads. Again, I know that sounds crazy, but that actually happened, right? 350 to 800 in only 4 weeks. I helped a church plant a little while ago go from 0 to 200 in only 5 months. And I helped another church plant get 67 planner visits and launch with over 300 people at their very first service. Now, I'm telling you, it's not rocket surgery. All you have to do is set up a targeted Facebook ad and run it to everyone within driving distance of your church and invite them out to planner visit. So what's cool is you can actually use Facebook ads for 2 different strategies, and we talk a lot about both of them here on this channel. But the first one is just simply to run a Facebook ad to a landing page where you invite people to plan a visit, right? And then you host them when they show up on Sunday and then plug them into a follow-up system, right? That is a really basic, really effective Facebook ads invite strategy. Or you can also go the ministry route. And this is running Facebook ads into Facebook Messenger, where you're using a chatbot to connect with them and then lead them to plan your visit. Right? So one is an invite strategy and one is a ministry strategy. Both are really effective. And in my personal opinion, I think your church needs to be utilizing both. Okay, so if you want to go a little bit more in depth on how to use Facebook ads to grow your church, then I've got a free gift for you. Head on over to churchgrowthagency.com or simply click on the link in the description below. And we've got a free video that's going to walk you through the exact system that you can use in order to start using Facebook ads to grow your church.